Yo, welcome my fellow guys, and welcome to this journey of a new tutorial series. Today we are going to deal with this image that you see here. You can see that the color process, the color fill process is almost done. Excuse me, what I'm going to do now is to create a new layer here over there, and I'll click to integrate this layer into the skin layer. So every time that you create, after finishing all your color fill process, the next step is to put shadow on it, on the skin. So let's explain it well on the detail. Here is the skin layer. On top of it we have the cloth and the hair layer. If the hair was touching the I can say the cloth, we are going to be on the separate layer, but here is a little bit different. You see this part I already messed up here, but I'm going to deal with it. But now here on the clothes, the cloth layer, the eye layer. The eye layer is the same like the teeth, so I put the teeth and the eye layer together, and the lips layer here, and at the top we have our outline. The lips layer also, it's the same like these ones, the earrings layer, and the cloth, the second cloth layer, this one. So let's start with the painting. First thing we are going to do now is to go and select our brush tool, or our brush tool. That's what we are going to do. So first of all, go to select our brush, smooth brush, and go to setting, check our transfer and shape dynamics, then put on pressure, pen pressure. It's almost done. You can see pen pressure is checked, but the result is not showing. When you are using a mouse it's like that, but when you're using a graphic tablet it will be like this. So the difference is when you are using the mouse it's like this, and the graphic tablet will give you a result like this. So that's what we are looking for, a result like this one. So that's why I recommend you guys to use a graphic tablet. It helps you a lot about the pen pressure and the shading of your 2D cartoon. So let's get started with the next step. So what I was talking about is that let's select this color, for example. See, let's go back and see, I took my pipe tool, then I select this color here. See, the color I selected is between the light and the darker color, so it's between. So make sure that whenever you select your first shadows, it's always between the darkest one and the brighter one. That's the first shadow. The first shadow don't have to be so darker. You just have to locate the places where you are going to go, and where the shadows are located. So the first shadow, the mission is for the first shadow is that put in the mind of the creator any type of shadow that they see on the picture, on the basic picture at the left. So let's go. We're going to pick OK, then start to brush with our brush tool. A little explanation. Whenever I paint over my skin, I increase and decrease at the same time concerning the places that I want to go. If I want to paint over the small places and small objects or small areas, I decrease the size of my brush, and if it's a global, it's a wide place or wide area, I increase my brush. So keep on selecting what you see and brush it smoothly. See, we don't rush here, no rushing, just keep like this, keep brushing on top. There are some shadows here, you can see there are some shadows here and here. Let's select our, so the shadow parts are here, those places are the shadow parts, as you can see, those parts. This part is also shadow, this part shadow, like this. The lights are almost there, so locate your shadows areas, locate them. See, those parts are also shadows. There are some shadows up here, up here too, shadows here and here. See, shadows here. Okay, so we are dealing with this first shadow part, and the shadows are almost the color selection here panel is almost on the basic image, but the shadow have to be a little bit darker. That's why we pick up here, not too dark, not too bright, but here. Okay, let's go a little bit let's change our tool. Go to change my tool here. Change our tool here. Okay, it's almost on the first shadow layer. Here is the first shadow. My first shadow is here. It's here. Here's the layer of my first shadow. So I take my time to focus on these parts. So we are going to erase the other parts, those parts that we drew on. I'm going to clean it up like this. Okay, so keep on going, and I'm going to get over it and show you the next step of our video. Let's go like this. See, I keep brushing all the areas. See, this place is the same like this. I select here a little bit reddish, and then I brush always on top of the first shadow part. So I keep brushing smoothly. Let's go a little bit in front. See, same thing when you locate the areas of here of your image. Then you start brushing a little bit, just to make sure that you located all the shadows area of your picture. So we're going to move to the second shadow layer. It's a little bit like this. Okay, so pause here we have our second shadow layer. It is there. Let's delete it. Excuse me. Let's delete it some more. The first mark I made, and I'm going to show you where it is. So this is the first. This is the first. I'm going to change the color. This is the first, and this is the second shadow layer. This is the second shadow layer. So we have our basic image here. First shadow, second shadow layer. So the second shadow layer, you have to make it more darker than the first one to bring up some details. So let's go. I'll push on play. Press play. Let's go to continue our lecture. So you see those details is a little bit darker right here and right here. So I take my time to brush it well. Let's go forth. See here, I'm brushing here this part. It's almost the first part. Then go. You see this part? It's getting more darker. This part is getting more darker than that. Let me show you. Pause again. Let's pause again. This part is getting more darker. You see, this is darker than this part. So the same process you have to know. That's why every time that I'm creating a picture or I'm selecting my basic color, I always try to attempt to bring out the real colors on top of the image that I see on the left. So let's continue our lecture. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm dealing with. It's very important for you to notice. Let's delete all those things. So we're going to leave it like this. Let's go forth. So we are already done. Okay, about the hair, it's the same process for the hair too. Okay, you can see that the hair layer, let's delete this one for the moment. Okay, here you can see that the hair layer over there, and the hair layer is the same. As I said, the hair layer is the same. Is the same layer as the cloth. See, the point is to make it more different. You don't have to paint over each colors. Focus on the hair after you deal with the cloth. But for now, it's the first shadows for everyone. We already done with the first shadow, the two first shadow of the skin. Now is the turn of the hair. So the hair step, you're going to bring some shadows, a little bit black. So the basic color is like this type blue, and we have our shadow here. See, so the shadow is different from the basic color. I didn't use black for the hair because the hair is not so black. Here is the basic color, here is the shadow, and then here's the light. See, just to retain 3 colors. And after you bring out highlight, then you bring some extension on it. So let's continue our lecture. I'm going to select my selection tool and then press play. See, go forth a little bit. It's the same process. Locate this place, shadow here, all over there, and you are going to represent the same shadows areas on your cartoon. So let's go back to, okay, this is the one of the interesting point that I want you to know. I create this layer. I create this layer on top of the hair layer, but I didn't integrate in it. Why? Because I want to blend up this layer and this layer. You can see that the borders of the hair is sharp. They are sharp, so I want to make it smooth. So what I'm going to do now is to blend up this and this. So the layer I want to create is above the hair layer and the skin layer. So this is it. We are going to paint over it, but just in the middle of them to blend them. So we are going to use a smooth brush to do it. So let's get it. I'm going to show you how I proceed, but first of all we are going to delete all the marks that we put on top of the image. So delete them, then press play to continue our lecture. Use my soft brush and black. You can use one of the color that you want. If it is the color of the skin to blend up to the hair, or you can use the black to blend up to the skin. That's what I'm doing. I'm blending up, and after you will see that the borders are not too sharp but smooth. Let's get to look in front like this. A little bit. See the result? The borders are now smooth, not too sharp, and it's interesting when you see it. It means that the hair is beginning to be more natural for the viewers. See? So we are going to keep on another layer, on the skin layer. We are on top of the what I do now. Excuse my English. I'm not in Nigeria, I'm French already. But as my audience is pretty much Nigerian, Ugandese, Rwandan, that's why I'm talking in English, for you to understand how I proceed. So let's play. We are now always on the second layer of our image. See, so we are going to get it more darker and bring some shadows to it, some darker shadows to it. So let's go forth a little bit. Okay, now you see, let's go back. I will show you something a little bit like this. Okay, then we are going to delete this one because it's going to make an issue for us. This one is to delete them. Okay, so let's continue our lecture. This color that I pick here, for example, after this, I want to if I want to paint over this place, you can see that the color here, the normal color here, this place is a little bit darker than here. The nose, the second part of the nose is a little bit darker than here. That's the same process I did here, but the brush is smooth brush right here. I have my smooth brush. The brush is smooth, and I change my opacity and my size at the same time when I'm brushing, or I'm painting over my skin or anything else. And the second point is what I do to decrease. I have my keyboard already set up for it, and those will go to follow my e-class, my digital e-class. I'll explain them, how I deal with my shortcuts to go quickly and so fast on my artworks. And okay, let's delete it. Okay, cool. I'm going to start to the this part, let's go a little bit like this. It's obvious that whenever you are painting, if you see darker colors or brighter colors, you know. So when it comes to selecting colors, select the real colors. Even if it's dark, you think that is dark and it's not looking like the original picture. Once you didn't finish the painting series and the painting process, I want to say, keep doing. See, keep going. This place is more darker, the place of the eye. See, this place is darker. That's why I did here. I'm painting all the darker places or areas, painting over the eyebrows. We're going to go for again. See, yes. So for the eyes, there are two layers already on the flat colors of the eyes. There are the white and the iris layer. But when we are going to shade up the eyes, we are going to create another layer, but this layer have to be beneath the iris layer, not on top but beneath, because this iris is on the top of the layers of the eyes. So let me explain to you. Let's go to the lecture and I'll show you the layers. Okay, so this is our layer panel. So here the iris, here is our white shadows, and here's our eye. See, so the shadows here is between that and that. So the main focus here is to bring shadows to the whites, not the black. We leave the black for the moment and we attack the white one. Okay, so let's get it. Let me change my tool and press up play. I go for, see, I'm painting over. I take the red, I paint over like this. Get back. See, I'm painting over like this, but always remember, when you are painting the white, it has to be under the iris layer. Okay, so we're almost done with it. Let's go to the second one. Let's come back a little bit and I'll show you. So here, for those who don't understand that the white is not too white, so anytime when you want to paint something and it's white, make it a little bit gray for you to make the difference between light and shadows when it comes to paint. So as we are painting, you can see that there are some blue here, there are some blue area here and some red here. There are some red and some blue there. That's how it is. So just replicate or represent the colors that you see normally, and don't rush painting, and don't be quick to see the result now. Okay, so let's go picking up. After, we are going to check the nose. Okay, so So inside the nose, the color begins to get more darker, black, almost black. So that's the same process we are going to do, but always on top of the second shadow layer. See, I'm painting it in black. Don't rush. Here is the first process that is dedicated to our first shadow process. So the first shadow process is about locating our shadows areas. See, go there. Same for the lips. You see the lips layer over there. Let's delete it. See the lips layer over there. Here I alt, then I press click between the two layers. So I click between the two layers and I hold alt, excuse me, I hold the button alt, then I click between the two layers to integrate this one to this one. So I'm seeing there are some shadows here, all over there, shadows here, all over there. Here are darker shadows here too. See, that's how I do, but some of you want to get the result quickly, and it cannot be possible. You cannot have the quick result. It's just not possible. So I think our first shadow part is almost done. We are going to proceed to the next part of our shadowing process. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and see you on the next step of our recording session. So we are going to deal with the
For how long we go every day?
To deal with the second part of our image, that is here. So you see the borders of our image is almost smoothened with the layer 7. This one we are going to bring it up, down, okay, and create another layer to merge this color with this color. See, that's that's what we are going to do. So watch it well, and let's go forth a little bit. Okay, so you see that I paint over the air layer, the second air layer, the second shadows of the air layer, so to speak. I paint it over to blend up. It's getting more darker. You see, when I want more darker areas, I came to choose my color picker, then I put it to black, then I paint over to make it more depth. See, excuse me, more deeper, and bring out some shadows, some real shadows to the image. So whenever you see that your shadows are getting too black, don't worry. Even if it's the first shadow layer, make sure just you start with this first one, the brighter shadows, then you can deal now with the blacks of any parts that you see. So that's what we are going to do, and we are going to move to see the borders are smoothing. here. I'm going to move up here. Okay, I'm going to show you that there are some missing points here. You see the hair? I forgot to complete the hair here, so don't worry, we are going to complete it together. Here is the cloth layer. What I do, I move a little bit here, then I select my okay. So you see, this is another layer that I'm bringing on the hair layer, but I don't integrate because there are some hair that I don't want to merge inside. See, but that's the light layer, but we can use it as an extension for the matter. So I paint over with this color right here, painting over. See, the hair is getting richer now. Yes, so I go back. See, that's the first layer that we are going to integrate on the shadow and the skin layer. So on this one, we are going to bring both layer light and shadows. So the shadows down there, look it there, red, put it more darker, then paint over. See, you see the results. After, we are going to come over the lips layer and paint again the parts that we didn't do yet. See this part, that's the same that I'm doing here. There are some parts here, shadows here too. Okay, let's move on. Oh, excuse me, let's go back a little bit. This is the light process. I want to show you so before I deal with the light, I select my smooth brush, but you can see when you are dealing with the highlight, sometimes you don't have to make it the borders too smooth. So that's the detail of the lips, getting a little bit brighter here. Then I'm going to increase the percentage of my transfer. Let's go back here. That's the first video. Excuse me. Okay, there. So this is it. Okay, I really messed up here. Okay, okay, that's what I did. If you want to deal with the highlight of the lips, you gotta make the borders of your soft brush a little bit sharper. And what I do, I'm going to my brush panel. Here I select my brush, then settings, use shape dynamics, then I'm going to increase the transfer here. See, I'm going to increase the transfer up to 95% and 30%. You can see the borders are going to be a little bit sharper. That you can do with the outline now. So let's go, close it up and try to paint up yes, this again, like this, then go off a little bit. Same process here, putting dots. See, it seems like there are many dots here. That's what we are going to do. After, we are going to enhance it with some brighter dots. So let's move on. Let's move on to I'm going to bring some light now. See the third layer on top of the image is the light. So let's make some points here a little bit darker, then move on the light. Okay, let's bring up some light right now. We're going to pick up a little bit here, some light here. I zoom in and select the lights. So guys, this is the fourth layer on top of the skin. This is the shadow, then fourth to bring up our lights. See, there are many layers when it comes to achieving a richer skin tone. So that's what I tell you every time. If you want to achieve great works, you have to be very patient. So let's deal with the light now. Bring some light, you see, it's getting richer and richer. It's the same process as the shadows. Just locate where you want to apply your lights. Just that. Okay. So like this. Okay, let's move on. As you know how I proceed, here are some areas of lights here too. See, so on the eye layer, we have our eye layer here. What are we going to do? We have our iris layer. This is the layer 1. We are going to create another layer on top of all the layers of the eyes. So we create another layer on top, but before, I want to blend up the shadows beneath the iris. So okay, so that you can see that the skin, it means that the skin here is covering the eye. That's the shadow of the skin covering the eye. So let's go forth and do the same process for this one, and then move on. Go to the skin, a little bit greener. Start painting over. This is our crystal. Paint over. Let's go back a little bit. When it's come to painting crystals, just manage the settings of your brush. The same setting that you did with the hair. So you see that the brilliance is a little bit sharper. The borders are sharpening. So zoom in. Then select the shadows first. Then select the shadows. Then paint over like this. Paint over like this. Again and again. See? Oh, excuse me, I want to show you. back. See, I'm painting with the colors of the diamond or the pearls at the left. Same color, just pick out the same color at the left. See, down there we have the brighter colors. The brighter colors are up here, but down there is a little bit of white. And here we have a highlight here too. Okay, let's go forward. That's how it brings when it comes to pearls. You can see it looks like this. The borders of my brush is a little bit sharp because I increased the percentage of my transfer. So if you want to get a little bit sharper borders of your brush, go to transfer and increase the percentages of depression. It's done. See, like this. See what we got. When you zoom out, you see the beautiful pearls are on the skin of the girl. Same process here. Let's paint. Start from the shadow and paint over the earrings. So now you can see that you see on the lips. So the lips layer contains the earrings and the pearls. So I'm starting with my shadows. Always locating my shadows. See, you see this one is bright, darker. Same color, blue. Then I paint wherever there is a blue, a small space of blue. Here, this place, I will insist on this place, and then go back. You can see there. This place is darker. This place. So we are going to go down there and apply more darker shadow. So select this one and make it more darker. Then paint over. Okay, you see. As you see, dark, light, bright here. That's the same process. Then move on to the pearls. So you see the small dots here. Go back. Okay. Now let's bring some highlight to the earrings for more brilliance. Okay. I go back on my air layer to fill it up well because there are some spaces it's too smooth. There are some spaces that I want to recover. So let's move on. After it I recovered all. I made my pearls. You can see. Then let's move on. So on the lights, we're going to create another layer again. Create another layer to apply some lights. Okay. Then I come here, brush tool, come to my settings and check my transfer, and I'm going to decrease my transfer because I want to blend up. See, I decrease my transfer because I'm dealing with the skin now. When you are dealing with the skin, don't make the borders of your brush too much sharper. So we're going to bring more light. That's the second process of the light. Then paint over wherever you see some lights again. Let's move on like this. Okay. Some lights over here. paint it like this a little bit. Let's move on here. It's going to be interesting. And again, see the results. Okay, so guys, it's almost done with the shadows and light parts of our image. We are going to see you with another video